In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single Myteam GOAT Festival card from worst to best in NBA 2K25 Myteam. So I'll be talking about the 5 new GOAT Festival cards that we got today: Tyrese Halliburton, Sean Bradley, Nick Young, Brian Scalabrine, and Adam Morrison, and then the 3 GOAT Festival cards that we got from last week on Friday in AK-47, Brandon Roy, and Michael Beasley. I'll be ranking all 8 of these GOAT cards from who I think is the worst GOAT card all the way up to who I think is the best GOAT Festival card right now in the exchanges. So at number 8, I do think it's going to be GOAT Brandon Roy, and you guys most likely will understand that all 8 of these cards are all GOAT cards, and they're all some of the best cards in this entire game. I think Brandon Roy and Tyrese Halliburton at number 8 and number 7 is a very close debate, a very close argument. Brandon Roy is 6'6" at point guard, 6'8" wingspan. Tyrese Halliburton is 6'5" at point guard with a 6'9" wingspan. So very close when it comes to the height and the wingspan. B-Roy definitely has the wider and bigger player model, so that is something that, definitely goes towards Brandon Roy and him being a better card if you wanted to put him over Tyrese Halliburton. To me, obviously these cards are going to have the best stats and badges, right? All of these cards are going to have 99 stats, and they're all going to have the 40 legend badges since they're all GOAT cards. But to me, where the difference is with Tyrese Halliburton and Brandon Roy, it comes down to the jump shot. Now, I like B-Roy's jump shot. The Clover base and the Colin Sexton upper is a very good jump shot on very quick, Pro 2 fade, and then they're all going to have the best SIGs in the game. I'm pretty sure all of the GOAT cards have the perfect, Garland dribble style, Steve Francis size up, Curry escape, Trey behind the back, Zach LaVine moving step back, and they all have those SIGs, they all have the Pro 2 fade, so it really just comes down to jump shot, right? Their player model, their height, their wingspan. And that's pretty much it when it comes down to these top tier GOAT cards. So for me, Tyrese Halliburton has a slightly better jump shot. Not saying it's a lot better, I'm just saying I think the jump shot of basically Michael Beasley, because this is the same shot that GOAT Michael Beasley has, this is the same jump shot that Dark Matter Beasley has. It's the best jump shot in the game, in my personal opinion. Is it the best jump shot in the game for you guys? Maybe not, right? That's where the preference and opinion comes down to these rankings. Is I just like Tyrese Halliburton's jump shot more because it's the same release as Michael Beasley, and I like Michael Beasley's jump shot the most in this entire game. So when it comes to these GOAT Festival cards, it's going to come down to very small nitpicking things, and I think Brandon Roy is the worst of the 8, but obviously is still a very, very good point guard. And then I do have Tyrese Halliburton here at number 7. Number 6 is going to be Brian Scalabrine. He's 6'9" at small forward with a 6'10" wingspan. He does have a good player build as well, 241 pounds, and I like him a little bit more than B-Roy and Tyrese Halliburton just because of the size, the height, and the wingspan at the small forward position. Again, of course, going to have the 99 stats, going to have the 40 legend badges. You take a look at his animations, and to me, his jump shot is not great. It's not bad. Like, it's a good jump shot, but to me, it's not like elite. I'm not a huge fan of the patty base with the Oscar upper. I think the patty base is one of the best bases in the game, but as you guys most likely know here on the channel, I just don't like the Oscar upper. It's not that I think the Oscar upper is unusable and absolutely horrible. I just don't like it personally, my preference. Not a huge fan of the Oscar upper. So when it comes to Brian Scalabrine's jump shot, that's why he can't really be higher on this list. Again, I do think he's a little bit better than Tyrese and Brandon Roy just because of his size and the defense that he does play compared to Tyrese Halliburton and Brandon Roy, but this card to me could have a lot better of a jump shot. Now getting into the top 5, we're going to be talking about Adam Morrison, a 6'8" shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan. I think he's the 5th best card in the GOAT Festival exchanges, when it comes to the GOAT cards. He's obviously going to be amazing defensively. He's got a good player model in game. And when it comes to the animations, I like his jump shot more compared to a Brian Scalabrine, right? And I think that's the reason why he's a little bit ahead of Brian Scalabrine. Also a little bit taller for his position, 6'8" at shooting guard compared to 6'9" at small forward, right? Better size for his position. Also does have a longer wingspan. And the jump shot to me is a lot better. I prefer the Curry base with the Colin Sexton upper on very quick a lot more than the Patty and the Oscar, because this is the same jump shot that Penny has, that Dr. J has, right? These cards, Kevin Garnett, it's the same jump shot that these cards do have. And to me, it's one of the better jump shots in the game. Very easy to time. It's fast, but it's also not too fast, where it's not going to be inconsistent. And sometimes you get some load up animations that I feel like the Oscar upper does end up producing. But again, Pro 2 fade, the best dribble SIGs, and the Alex Caruso motion style makes Adam Morrison one of the better cards in this GOAT Festival event. Now at number 4, I'm gonna go for GOAT Nick Young. He's 6'7" at point guard with a 7-foot wingspan. To me, that's like a little bit better. Like, you got 6'9" at small forward, 6'8" at shooting guard, and 6'7" at point guard. So there's an inch difference going from point guard, shooting guard, small forward when it comes to Nick Young, Adam Morrison, and also Brian Scalabrine. 6'7" is a perfectly fine height for the point guard position. one of the taller point guards in this game, where like 6'9" at small forward is not bad, but there's a lot of 6'10", 6'11", 7-foot small forwards now that they're on my team. So I feel like the point guard position is a little bit less height. Like obviously there's Jokic, obviously there's Ben Simmons, Andrew Bogut, and there's some tall point guards. But when you look at the best point guards in the game, they're probably around like 6'6", 6'7", 6'9" with LeBron, right? Obviously 6'10" with Ben, 6'11" with Jokic. I just feel like there's taller shooting guards and taller small forwards in this game. But the other reason why Nick Young's a little bit higher is because of his jump shot. The Cameron Thomas base with the Benedict Mathurin upper is a very good release, has the Pro 2 fade, and then of course the best SIGs in the game. But I really do like this jump shot on Nick Young. I think it's one of the better point guard jump shots in this entire game. Now getting into the top three, I'm gonna go AK-47. To me, guys, I'm not a huge fan of this card because of his jump shot, but I know a lot of people like this card because his defensive animations are very good, and he's a 6'9" point guard with a 7-foot wingspan, so he does have more height compared to Nick Young, and his player build is also a lot better. He's got a wider player build, allowing him to get better defensive animations. But to me, I do prefer Nick Young's jump shot a lot more compared to AK's, but it's not like AK has a bad release. It's the same jump shot that 100 overall LeBron has, and I've used that 100 overall LeBron a lot on the No Money Spent. It's not to say that I dislike that jump shot or I think it's the worst jump shot in the game. I just think there's better releases out there, but of course it's still going to be a usable jump shot, and that's why AK is one of the best cards in this GOAT Festival event. Number 2 though, I'm going to have to put Michael Beasley. I wanted to put him number 1, but the card we'll talk about here in a second is he's just too good, and he's too tall. We'll talk about him. I'm sure you guys know who it is, but 6'9" shooting guard here for Michael Beasley, 7-foot wingspan. Again, like when I was talking about Tyrese Halliburton, he has the Michael Beasley jump shot, the Cameron Thomas base, the Colin Sexton upper on very quick. To me, it's the best jump shot in the game. Pro 2 fade, has the best SIGs with one of the best motion styles. You're 6'9" at shooting guard, you have a good player build, the best jump shot in the game. It's hard to get better than Michael Beasley, unless when we talk about the absolute giant in GOAT Sean Bradley, who is a 7'6" center power forward with a 7'5" wingspan. Kind of has those T-Rex arms. It's not going to be a crazy long wingspan for his height and his build, but I mean still obviously going to be an amazing defender, an amazing rebounder. His animations are also great. I've seen this jump shot. It is a really good jump shot. Pro 2 fade, and then they gave this absolute giant the best dribble SIGs in the game with the best motion style. As much as you guys know I love Michael Beasley, I think he was the best card in the game, I'm gonna have to give it to Sean Bradley. I mean, this card is he's just incredible, right? He is an absolute giant who can play the power forward position. If he was just center, then maybe I'd rank him a little bit lower, like maybe Beasley would be the better card, but you can't really put anybody over Sean Bradley. Like, he's an end game center. He's going to be the best center or power forward pretty much till the end of the year, alongside like Wemby and Yao, just because of his height. I mean, that's obviously a huge factor of why he's one of the best cards in the game, and why I do think he's the best Myteam GOAT Festival card, at least when it comes to the GOATs. But let me know your guys' rankings down below. What would you guys change about my rankings? And I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.